The game didn't end at the last marble. It never does. What if the real prize wasn't money, but power? Seong Gi-hun walked away from the Squid Game, a changed man, haunted, broken, but aware. Most people think he chose the path of justice. But what if he didn't? What if, in that final moment at the airport, he turned around not to fight the system, but to join it? There's a theory that's been buried under the noise of moral redemption and fan speculation. A darker path, where Gi-hun doesn't try to destroy the game, but becomes part of the elite pulling the strings. The VIPs. Think about it. A man who understands the horror, who has seen every betrayal, every twisted rule. What better candidate to blend in, to rise within the ranks to shape the next game? This isn't just a what if. This is a warning of how power changes people, and how sometimes the winner becomes the new monster. 1. From survivor to strategist. Why Gi-hun was the perfect candidate for the VIP circle? Gi-hun didn't just survive the Squid Game, he played it differently.
Oh, Sang-woo, my man!
Then the game begins.
Got caught.
While others focused on strength or speed, Gi-hun relied on emotions, connection, and quick thinking. He won not because he was the strongest, but because he understood people. He knew when to trust, when to lie, and when to stay silent. That kind of thinking is rare and valuable. Now imagine the VIPs watching him. They don't just care about who wins, they care about how someone wins. Gi-hun's journey would have fascinated them. A man who started as a broke, struggling father, yet managed to beat 455 others without ever killing unless forced. That's not just luck, that's control. So when the game ends, the VIPs may not see Gi-hun as just another winner. They might see him as someone worth investing in, someone who can think like a player and act like a master, someone who understands suffering, which makes him more dangerous if he ever stops caring. In a way, Gi-hun is the perfect VIP. He knows the pain, he knows the system, and most of all, he knows how to win without losing his mind. At least not at first. That's what makes him such a powerful threat, or a perfect recruit. The airport decision, a hidden recruitment, instead of a moral stand. Everyone remembers that moment. Gi-hun, red hair, ticket in hand, ready to leave Korea. He's finally about to reunite with his daughter, to start fresh. But then, he stops. He gets a mysterious phone call. And instead of boarding the plane, he turns around and walks away. Most people saw this as a sign of rebellion, that he was going to fight the system. But what if we got it all wrong? What if that call wasn't a warning, but an offer? A final test, one last chance to say yes. Think about it. The front man is smart. The people behind the game don't just kill anyone who knows too much. Sometimes they recruit them. Gi-hun is already different. He didn't blow the money. He didn't lose his mind. He started asking questions. So what if the VIPs or someone higher decided to bring him in? What if turning away from the plane wasn't a sign of justice, but his first step into their world? No more poverty, no more chaos, just control. This moment changes everything, because if Gi-hun didn't turn around to stop the game, maybe he turned around to join it, and that makes the story far more dangerous than we thought. 3. Entering the world of the VIPs. Masks, money, and morality. Becoming a VIP isn't like winning the lottery. It's not about luck. It's about loyalty, mindset, and power. If Gi-hun accepted their offer, his world would change completely. No more dirty clothes, no more gambling debts, no more sleeping in a tiny room. Now he would wear silk suits, live in mansions, and travel by private jet. But behind all that luxury, there's something darker. The VIPs don't just enjoy money, they enjoy control. They don't watch the games for fun. They watch because it gives them a feeling of godlike power. Every bet they place is on someone's life. Every joke they make is about someone's pain. So how would Gi-hun fit in? At first it would feel strange. The same man who cried when his friends died now, sitting in a golden chair, watching others beg for their lives. But slowly, comfort becomes normal, and normal becomes cold. He would start wearing the mask, Not just the physical one, but the emotional one too. The one that hides guilt, shame, and regret. And the more he hides, the more he becomes like them. This point isn't just about joining the rich. It's about how money and mass can slowly steal a person's soul until they forget who they were in the first place. 4. Redesigning the game. A darker, smarter Squid Game. If Gi-hun joined the VIPs, he wouldn't be just another rich man watching for fun. He would be different. He knows what it feels like to play. He knows what fear smells like. He knows what makes people break and what makes them fight harder. That kind of knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. So what if the VIPs gave him power, not just to watch, but to design the next Squid Game? The old games were based on childhood fun, but Gi-hun could take that idea even further. He might create games that test emotion, loyalty, or betrayal in new ways. Imagine a round where players must choose between saving someone they love or getting a second chance at life. He could turn feelings into weapons. He could also make the games harder to predict. Less chance, more strategy. A system where only those who truly understand human nature could survive. Would he do it out of curiosity, out of revenge? Or maybe he starts believing he's helping, teaching people the harsh truths of life, just like he learned. That's how villains often begin, with good intentions. But the truth is simple. If a player becomes the designer, the game no longer has rules. It only has victims. 5. Betraying the players. When empathy turns to control, Gi-hun once cared, deeply. He cried when his friends died. He gave his food to others. He held hands with the dying and promised to do better if he survived. That's the man we remember. But what happens when someone like that gains power? Does he stay kind, or does he change? If Gi-hun becomes part of the system, he might start believing he can fix it from the inside. Maybe he tells himself he's making the games less cruel, more fair. Maybe he thinks he understands the pain better than anyone else, so he's the best one to manage it. But here's the danger. When you stop feeling the pain of others, you start using them. Slowly, Gi-hun's empathy could turn into strategy. Players aren't people anymore. They're tools, test subjects, and if they cry or scream, well, that's just part of the game now. He might even start selecting who plays. People he thinks deserve to suffer. The gamblers, the selfish, the cruel, just like he once was. This is the point where Gi-hun crosses a line, not because he wants to hurt people, but because he stops seeing them as people. That's when empathy dies and control takes over. 6. The final twist. Is he a double agent or the new villain? Here's where everything becomes uncertain. Let's say Gi-hun really did join the VIPs. Let's say he designed new games, wore the mask, and gave orders. But what if the mask wasn't hiding evil? What if it was hiding a plan? Some fans believe Gi-hun could be working from the inside, that every cruel decision he made was part of a bigger mission to destroy the system from within. Maybe he's gathering secrets, learning how the money flows, building trust with the other VIPs until the moment he strikes. If this is true, Gi-hun isn't the villain. He's the ultimate spy, a man sacrificing his soul to protect others. That would make him a tragic hero, doing dark things for a greater good. But there's another version, one where the plan fades and the power changes him completely, where he forgets why he joined, where he stops pretending and starts enjoying the game. That's the twist. We don't know which Gi-hun we're watching anymore. Is he still trying to stop the Squid Game? Or did the game win and turn its final champion into its most dangerous creator? Thank you for watching. Today we explored a darker side of Gi-hun's story. What if he didn't fight the system, but became part of it? From strategy and power to control and betrayal, his path could have changed everything. If you found this theory helpful or thought-provoking, please hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more valuable insights and alternate takes on your favorite shows. The Squid Game universe still holds many secrets, and we're just getting started. See you in the next one.